Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. So I'm going to talk about the diet part. And we all know Canada's Food Guide, and it seems basic. Canada's Food Guide, the 4 food groups: milk and milk products, breads and cereals, meats and alterates, and the breads and cereals. But there's more to it than that. So some of the key points, and I don't have much time this evening, but the key points is we really want to get a variety of the fruits and vegetables. Why? The vitamins and minerals are so key. And with many different groups that I speak to and talk to, it's probably the one group where we're not meeting our needs that we need it so much. Blueberries for the vitamin A and C that we need, helps our eyes. It's so important for us. It's like the wonder fruit right now. Broccoli, it's known for everything, to help us with everything. And orange juice, vitamin C. And I think if you think of Canada's Food Guide, and if we can all up our fruits and vegetables, they would help us in so many ways. Healthy weight, like Chris said, and like his favorite picture up there about exercise, it's so important. It's really important to be active. Exercise. And I tend to think of this condition like any conditions. We have there's 3 parts that have to work. So you have to get the right diet, you have to get the right exercise, and take the right drugs. And it's all about finding the right way for you. So we really have to eat right, exercise right. And knowing how our time was tight, and I've heard some key questions, is it gluten, is it starch or no starch? What are some of the main points that we need to do? And some of the literature that I've gone through is reduce our bread and bread products and rice and potatoes, but you can't just eliminate them completely. What are you going to eat? So it's really, you need to sit down with a dietitian and really talk about how are you going to do this, and talk to your caregiver about how do you manage your diet well, and how are we going to eat well, because food is so much a part of all of us and what we do with everything. Food is a part of who we are. Food is a part of our families. It's our social. It's everything about us. And if we eat right and take our medications, they work better, and then we're able to exercise better. So what can we eat instead of it? Do we choose sweet potatoes and go with the brown rice instead? Increase our meat, fish, and milk products, eggs, vegetables, and fruit. So even when I think of Canada's Food Guide, there's all the other foods that we don't see in Canada's Food Guide that we're often eating more of. The white cookies, the sugary things, the processed things, the packaged products. I mean, how many of us are eating, if we think of a day, how many of us are eating packaged foods, processed foods? We could probably all raise our hands because it's so easy today. They're marketed, they're all available. But if we can all get back to the basics, fruits and vegetables, breads and cereals, meats and alternates, but cooking our own meat, our chicken and our fish, not buying it from a box. If we're doing our regular whole wheat toast and we're having breakfast every day, if we get back to 3 meals a day, often we're waking up in the morning and we're so fatigued and we can't even make a breakfast. But if we have our oatmeal, we move and stretch, then we make our oatmeal and have our orange juice, it helps us to get the energy to get through the morning. And then if we eat our lunch, we've got the fuel for the day to keep us going. And we need to eat. A lot of us, we're skipping meals because we just don't feel good and we don't have the energy to make it. Eating right takes a lot of work. We have to get the right food home in our homes to make it. Often we're so fatigued that if we go to the grocery store, we're so tired, we're buying easy things. And we have to learn how to do it. And it's back to basics. Water, just to touch base on water because it comes up a lot. We need to have water. Keeps our body hydrated, helps us to think better. A lot of us, we're not all drinking enough water every day. We're just going through our medications and our food. We can't exercise. We exercise, we get dehydrated. We wake up in the morning and we're more prone to infections if we don't drink enough water. We need 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. How many of us even had 4 glasses of water today in this room? Can you raise your hand? Good. That's really good. Half of us all did. How many of us had 6? Good. Excellent. Because that helps to keep us hydrated. We think better. We're able to move better with water. So some key things that I want to finish because we really want to get to our question panel so that you can all ask some questions is there's some great information on Dietitians of Canada website. You just Google Dietitians Canada. There's great information on there. Another service, and I don't know if you all know about it, but it's Eat Right Ontario. It's a free service for the Ontario residents. You just Google that. There's dietitians that you can call, and you can speak to or email them about diets, how to plan meals, how to work your diet better for you, so that we don't want to think of it as a diet, but it's a way of eating, your meal plan. How do we actually eat better and think of meals that are still fun and interesting? A lot of times we think of our foods that are outside Canada's food guide, chocolates, chips, cookies. Those are like fun foods, but they're filling us up on empty calories. They're not giving us the vitamin A and the vitamin C and the other nutrients that we need so much that we need to eat. But how do we make it fun and challenging and interesting every day? You know, every time you go to your family gathering where it's Aunt Betty's birthday party, there's cake and it's all your simple sugars, and we eat them because they're sugar and they fill us up, but then we feel all draggy and we're not as energized. But if we have our nice fruit salad and we've got our oatmeal cookies and other better choices, we do end up feeling better. So the way that we eat makes, if we eat right, we will feel better. And you can often ask to get a referral to a dietitian from your doctor. If you're here seen at Toronto Western Clinic, they can refer you to the ambulatory dietitian here at the hospital. There's a form that I've sent to Laura recently, and I know that she will be using it a lot. So if anyone wants to see a dietitian, you're welcome to let your physician know. Let them know and they can refer you. Or in your own privacy, you can contact Eat Right Ontario, and that way you can email and you can speak to a dietitian. They're even available 2 evenings a week for you, Tuesday and Thursday evenings, I know, until 9 o'clock, which makes it easier for people working. So we're going to now leave this time for questions.